Hello there, I'm Dr. Alegria Rivadeneira and I teach Spanish. I don't know if you've heard, but Flip will be no more. They are moving into Microsoft Teams. So what are we going to do? Well, I've been doing my research and I guess it's time to learn something new. If you haven't been using Padlet before, this might be the time to use Padlet to replace your Flip. They're even making it easy for us and helping us import some of our Flip videos into Padlet. So let's look at how to use Padlet. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go into Padlet, if I can spell it right, and you're going to sign up. So you can sign up with your Google just like we used to do on Flipgrid, and choose your account and continue, and then tell them what you are. And you can see they have several different plans. Free forever, you can get up to 3 Padlets, and I'll show you how that might be just enough for you. And of course, they have very good prices for larger Padlets. The larger Padlets also give you more minutes to record. So I'm just going to get started with the free version. Welcome to Padlet. Oh, how sweet. Let's go. So I say, let's go. And here we are on the main page, on the home page. So here you will be able to create them yourself and also see the ones that have been shared with you, just like Flipgrid used to do. So let's make our first Padlet. That would be equivalent to creating a group in your Flipgrid. So I'm going to say I'm going to create a main Padlet. You even have these very cute templates, but I'm going to go ahead and just use a blank board. It's creating my Padlet. You can decide what to do with notifications later. And how sweet. Here is the name. You can give it a name. I am going to give it the name of my class, Spanish 101, Fall 24. Which is what it's going to be coming up. So now that I've done that, I get to pick how I want the Padlet to look. I kind of like wall, but of course you can play with stream, timeline, etc. So I'm going to pick wall. Done. Here is the next important thing. So if you are to just use this Padlet as an open Padlet without sections, then you would start creating your Padlets in here. And your students would as well. And then you would have one Padlet, but with no organization. The way you turn this into a class, or the way I'm thinking of turning it into a class, is by creating sections. And that way, for each assignment, there will be a section and students stay within the same Padlet. So let me show you how to create different sections for this. So we are going to go to the little spoke for settings. You'll see there's all kinds of cool things here. Of course, here's your title. You can even write a description here and give it an icon. I like that aspect too. I'm going to give it a little smiley face and save it. And now that's what my class is going to look like. You can create your wallpaper. You can do solid colors, or you can do little psychedelic ones, whatever you want. I kind of like this green one they picked for me, so I'm going to stay with it. Then you can create your color scheme, the font that will be used to write different things, and the post size. I'm going to leave all that as standard. Here is where you create your sections. As I said, I'm going to leave it as a wall. You can play with that, but I'm going to say group post by section. This will allow you to have different assignments in the same Padlet. And that way you don't have to have a bunch of Padlets for the same class. And I think I like everything else that is there. There's a neat one here. It's the moderation. So if you want to moderate and nobody see until you let it go out, then you can do that. It's the same feature as keeping things hidden in Flipgrid. And here is going to be your URL, which is what you would give your students to come into this Padlet. So now let's see how you would create assignments within this one Padlet. So here would be section 1, and let's say that in section 1, I was going to do week 1. the Flipgrids, the flips for week 1. So I could call this week 1 conversations. And I would be done with that. And now students would know that's where they need to go for week 1 conversations. Then I would add another section, week 2 conversations, done. And then week 3 conversations, etc. And then they just keep adding. You can do an unlimited number. So they just keep adding more and more to the right, and the students would need to know that they just need to scroll to the right and get them. And this is now my Padlet replacement for Flipgrid. This would be my classroom, and these would be my topics where students would post. Same exact way. So now, as I said before, this Padlet has a link. You can get it either from the settings on the 3 little dots as well, share. And here is my permissions that I can do. So visitor permissions would be everybody is going to be a writer, so visitors can do their posts. You can have your link secret, which is the same as anyone with the link can participate, but it's not public. You can invite collaborators directly, or just give the link to your students. And so I'm going to do that. It's kind of neat. You can even get a QR code for it, so that's nice. And you can just do the regular link. So I'm just going to do the regular link. Now I have it, and now I'm going to give it to my students. So let's see it from the student side. So now I've opened a different browser, and I am going to do this as a student. When students get the link, they can click on it or paste it, and they would come in. And here they are. Here is the Padlet right there ready for them. You can ask the students to sign up, and if they sign up, they can do it with Google just the same way as Flipgrid used to do it. So they can sign in with Google. Now they're coming in. They do the same thing. And ta-da, there they are. There they see it. And here is where it becomes really neat. They can look at the topic just like we did on Flipgrid before, and they just have to press plus. And they actually have a lot more options than we did in Flipgrid. They can just post links or documents or pictures or search for an image to add to that week 1 conversation. You got to make sure you tell them to go to the plus, because here is where they're going to find the video recorder. And here it is. Here is the video recorder, and this is where they would click in order to record their video. Once they did it, they can put it into the Padlet. Let's give that a try. So we click on video recorder, and now it's opening, and here we are. As you will see, there are not a lot of effects in here, so no filters or cute things, but they might start those very soon. So all the students have to do is click here on here, and then they can start talking. Oh, hello, hello, hola, me llamo María, blah, 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 etc., etc. And then they stop it. They can play back and look at it. And then they can start talking. Oh, hello, hello, hola, me llamo María, blah. And then if they like it, they save it. And then it shows over here. Sometimes it takes a little long to save it, so just make sure that you let them know that, and they can publish it. To do comments, you want to make sure that when you are in settings, you have actually turned on comments. So if you weren't seeing them before, it's because I forgot to turn them on. So here we are, I've turned them on now, and this means students can add the comments. Let's go back to the to the student side of things, and I can show you how. So now we're on the student side of things again, and you can see we have the little add comment. Students can directly write here, me gusta, tu video, etc. Or they can even add a video comment. So they would push on the plus and go back to video recorder and answer with a recording. So as you can see, it is quite similar in a way to Flipgrid. Remember, the free version only gives you 5 minutes. I feel it's enough for now anyways. And hopefully this helps you get over your grief of not having Flip and excited about using a new tool that maybe you had even tried before, and that is Padlet.